Hey folks, lesson 2, comparing and ordering rational numbers. So if we recall from our grade 9 prep, we have our less than, greater than, or equal signs here. So we're going to graph these decimals on our number line. So negative 1.2 and 0.8. Now if you notice each one of these steps, how many do we have in between whole numbers? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that makes 10. So each one of these little steps is 0.1. All right, so 0.8 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0.8, and negative 1.2 is going to be down here. So which one's more positive? Well, 0.8 is more positive, so we're going to put our symbol that way. If we read it from left to right here, negative 1.2 is less than 0.8. And that is a true statement. All right, negative 2.4 and negative 2.45 is there. So which one is more positive? Well, in this case, it's that one. So we're going to put this that way. 3.1 I can already tell is greater than negative 3.7 because it's positive. So 3.1, this one's a little bit trickier because in between each whole number, there's 4 spots. Now if you think about like 4 quarters in a dollar, each one of these little steps is going to be 0.25. So 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and then 1. So it doesn't work exactly with our ending points here. So we're going to have to kind of estimate these ones a little bit. So 3.1 is going to be just past 3, somewhere right around there. And negative 3.7 is going to be, if this is negative 3.75, it's going to be a little bit less than that. So right around there. Negative 4.5 is there, and negative 4.49 is right next to it. So which one is to the right? Well, it's that one. So that is greater. So negative 4.5 is less than negative 4.49. Now, if we're going to do fractions, we are going to do the same thing. Now, this one's nice. We have the same denominator. All right. Now, the same denominator means we can just compare them. All right. And I already know that this is more positive, so it's going to be greater than that way. Now each one of these steps is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so each one of these is an eighth. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8. Okay, now there is something a little funny that you could reduce 2/8, that becomes 1/4, and 4/8 becomes 1/2. I mean, you could do this. Not necessary at this stage in the game, but let's just know that each one of these steps is an eighth. So 6/8 is up here, and negative 7/8 is way down there. Now these ones are different because we don't have the same denominator. So the first thing we're going to do is convert this one to a similar denominator. So multiply the top and the bottom by 4. So this becomes negative 12 over 16. And if we check our number line, how much do we have in between 0 and 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Perfect. So these are all 1/16. So 9/16 is at the 9th check mark, or hash mark, whatever you want to call these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 9/16 is up here. And negative 12/16 is going to be down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So that's negative 3/4 or negative 12/16. And this one is more positive, so it's greater than. Here we have not the same denominator again. So if we get a common denominator, the common denominator of these two is 6. So if we multiply this by 2 and multiply this by 3, oops, not there, we're going to get negative 4/6, and negative 3/6. So which one is more positive? So how many spots do we have between 0 and 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. That means each one of these is a sixth. So negative 1/6, negative 2/6, negative 3/6, 4, and this would actually be technically negative 6/6, which reduces to 1. So let's graph these bad boys. Negative 1/2 is the same as negative 3/6. And negative 4/6 is the same as negative 2/3. So this one is more positive. All right, 18 over 25. Okay, so if we divide 18 by 25, we get 0.72. All right, 0.72, which if we're comparing here, is still more positive than negative 0.8. So what do we got here? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So each one of these is a tenth. That means negative 0.8 is going to be there, and negative 7.72 is going to be somewhere there closer to 0.7. All right, Mr. King, maybe some of you have him for science, but his class is growing plants under different conditions. The average plant growth during a week was 5.5 inches. The table shows the difference between from the average for some students' plants. We're going to order them from least to greatest. Now these are all kind of messed up because they're different units and they're different, they've got mixed fractions, they've got all kinds of stuff here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go let's change this to a improper fraction. So we're going to have 3 times 4 is 12 plus 1 is 13 over 4. And negative 2.2, negative 1.7, those are still all right. And then this is going to be negative 1.7. Now I guess you could, if you wanted to change, I know that 1/4 is 0.25, so this could be 3.25. All right, so let's do an least to greatest. So negative 2.2 looks to be the least. And then negative 1.7 is going to be somewhere there. Okay. And then we've got positive 1.7 is going to be somewhere up here. And then 3.25 is right in between 3 and 3.5. All right. Another real world example here. Let's convert all these to decimal or percent, however you want to do it. So 3 over 4 I know as a decimal is 0.75. Okay, and that's the same as 75 out of 100 if you wanted to. Okay, cricket 1 is the same as 100 out of 100. 8 over 25, if we multiplied by 4, you're going to get 32 out of 100. Okay, 7/8. That's a tricky one. We'll leave that one for a second. 13 over 50 is the same as 26 over 100. 1/2 is 50 out of 100. And 62.5 out of 100. So the 7 over 8 is the only one we kind of have to actually calculate here. So the other way. So we can't go 8 into 7, so we can go 8 into 70. We can go 8 times. That gives us 64, remainder 6. 8 into 60 goes 7 times, we get 56. So it's going to be approximately 87 out of 100. Okay, so now we can, since they're all out of 100, we've got our percentages, we can figure out which one is the least, greatest, and so on. So the longest. The longest appears to be the cricket at 100 out of 100. Is the fire ant or housefly longer? Fire ant's 87 out of 100. The housefly's 26, so the fire ant. Or more or than or less than half the insects longer than 0.6. Longer than 0.6, so 0.6. We've got 4 out of the possible 7. So yes. And shortest to longest. The shortest one we got here is going to be the housefly. So let's do names. Housefly. Got that one. Followed by the Japanese beetle. Oh, hold on here. Did I miss another one? Okay, housefly, fire ant. And then the Japanese beetle. Okay, and then the mosquito, followed by the bumblebee. And then we get the firefly, followed by the cricket. And I suppose you could put the actual fractions, which is probably what we should do. So the housefly, the original is 13 over 50. The fire ant is 8 over 25. The Japanese beetle is 1/2. The mosquito is 0.625. The bumblebee is 3/4. The firefly is 7/8. And the cricket is 1.